Green flag is out. We are underway with your first heat race of the night here at Shady Oaks Speedway. Good start for Westfall out of turn number 4. A better start for the Snowman off the outside of row number 2. Into turn 1, looks like Joseph Snow going to be your leader coming out of turn 2 already all the way out front of this thing. Joseph Snow in the 01 machine leads the field down into turn number 3. Second spot right now is Johnny Westfall. Third spot belongs to 99 as Westfall gets out of shape in turn number 4. Gathers it back up, points it back down the straightaway. That's Bryce Barros in third spot in the 99 machine. Fourth spot right now belongs to Caitlin Leonard in the 9C. Then it's Mark Bundren and Joe D. Johnson rounds out the field. But the Snowman, Joseph Snow, way out front right now. About a half straightaway advantage going into turn number 3. Problems for the 99 of Barros. He'll take it down through the infield, take the scenic route. Loses 1, 2, 3 spots, falls back to 5th place. Looks like Johnson's going to get around, so Barros goes from middle of the pack to worst right there in a bad set of corners for Barros coming out of turn number 4. Joseph Snow, the Snowman, out front right now in the 01 machine. Making it look easy here in Pure Stock Heat Race number 1. Second spot now belongs to Westfall in the 9 car. Third spot, the 7B of Mark Bundren. Then it's Caitlin Leonard. Barros coming back up, challenging Leonard for that 4th spot. Barros to the bottom of the racetrack in turn number 1. Side by side out of turn 2. Drag race down the backstretch as we come to the halfway mark for your leader, Joseph Snow. Barros now getting around Leonard for that 3rd spot, working the bottom of the racetrack. Comes up out of turn number 4, slides up, takes the line. He'll take over that 3rd position. Once again, halfway through heat race number 1. The Snowman, Joseph Snow out front right now, leads the field into turn number 3. Out of turn 4, should be 5 laps down and 3 laps to go. Second spot, still Westfall in the 9 machine. Third spot, hotly contested right now. Barros making his way back up towards the front. After that early detour through the infield, Barros gets underneath Mark Bundren for that 3rd spot. He'll take it out of 2. Looks like 2 to go this time by for Joseph Snow, the Snowman. High, wide, and handsome out of turn number 4. 2 laps to go, 6 laps complete here in Pure Stock Heat Race number 1. Still Westfall in 2nd spot. Barros is 3rd. Bundren 4th. Caitlin Leonard in 5th. And Joe D. Johnson rounding out the field in 6th. Your leader, Joseph Snow, going to be looking squarely at the white flag this time out of turn number 4. And there it is, one more time around Shady Oaks Speedway for Joseph Snow. A full straightaway advantage in heat race action over Johnny Westfall. Oh, we've got 2 cars taking the scenic route this time. That's Caitlin Leonard and Mark Bundren finding their way back out onto the speedway. Too little, too late as the white flag shows for Joe D. Johnson. Checkered flag will wave for your winner, Joseph Snow in the 01 machine. He'll take the win in heat race number 1. Looks like Johnny Westfall going to come across in 2nd. Bryce Barros will be 3rd in the 99. 4th spot looks like it's going to go to the... Getting ready to go live out of turn number 4. Green flag waves. We are underway with heat race number 2. Looks like a good start off the bottom from Ware. Daniel Ware going to lead him down into turn number 1. Jamie Deere up top in the 8D machine, just a little bit longer way around here at Shady Oaks Speedway, but a little bit of momentum coming out. But Jamie Deere getting a little love tap there from Mason Castaneda, 28M. Mason looks to the inside in turn number 3. Looks like we're nearly 3 wide coming out of turn number 4 to complete lap number 1. Your leader will be Daniel Ware. This race packed a whole lot closer than heat race number 1, side by side still. After 1 complete lap, we are 3 wide again out of turn number 2. Travis Copeland on the bottom and Jamie Deere on the top as they split Mason Castaneda down the backstretch into turn number 3. Good side-by-side racing action and Pure Stock Heat Race action. Your new leader for lap number 2, Lonnie Caney in the 67L, getting around Daniel Ware in the 51. Ware battling back on the bottom side of the speedway out of turn number 2, slips up just a little bit. Doesn't quite have the drive that Caney has in that 67 machine. Those two separating themselves from the rest of the pack. Those back 3 really slicing and dicing side by side, 3 wide on a couple occasions already. Looks like Travis Copeland has gotten around both of those guys. That's Jamie Deere in the 8D, Mason Castaneda, the 28M. Those 2 cars, those side by side down the backstretch. Is your leader. Caney hangs it out off the edge just a little bit, coming into turn number 2. This time out of turn 4, going to be the cross flags. 4 laps complete, 4 laps to go here in Pure Stock Heat Race number 2 at Shady Oaks Speedway. Even though the field's spreading out just a little bit, still everyone fits on the same straightaway. A little bit closer racing than heat race number 1. Caney still your leader into turn number 3. Daniel Ware setting up to run the inside of the racetrack, maybe get a good drive off the bottom of turn 4. Not going to be good enough. Still Katie with your lead, 5 down, 3 to go. Daniel Ware hangs on to that second spot. Travis Copeland, pretty much an island there in third spot. Pretty good space between second and pretty good space between fourth. Copeland pretty comfortable right now in that third position in the 05 machine. Looks like Jamie Deere still hanging on that fourth spot. Mason Castaneda still rounding them out in fifth as we come to 2 to go. Lonnie Caney, your leader at the stripe. 2 to go for the driver of the 67L machine. Daniel Ware, your pole sitter, hanging on to that second spot. About 4 car lengths separate him and your leader, and then about 6 car lengths back to third spot. That's Travis Copeland as the white flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go. Still Caney out front, the 67L machine. Second spot still belongs to Daniel Ware in the 51. Third spot is Travis Copeland. Looks like Mason Castaneda making an early exit off the speedway. He did not cross the finish line, so the fun meter pegs early for young Mr. Castaneda as the checkered flag comes out. Heat race number 2 in the books. Going to be Caney taking the win. Ware will be second. Copeland in third. Looks like outside in the 55, the double nickel machine. James Arbuck and Michael Pesic also out there as the green flag's out. We are underway. Good start off the bottom of turn number 4 for Tony Blankenship. He'll lead the pack into turn number 1. Looks like Mosley going to settle into that second spot, but Blankenship with a great run off the bottom of turn 2. Here comes Joe Boop in the 355 on the inside of Mosley for that second spot. Boop on the inside of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. He'll take the spot out of turn number 4. Joe Boop up to second. Michael Mosley back to third. Looks like the 55 of Monty Chamberlain up on the inside as Mosley hangs her out to dry in turn number 2. Chamberlain goes by for third. Pesic goes by for fourth. A good battle between Chamberlain and Pesic for that third spot. Michael Pesic on the outside. Looks like Chamberlain with a little bit of an advantage at the stripe. That's where it counts, but Pesic really with the speed around the outside of Shady Oaks Speedway. Gets a 22P high wide and handsome out of turn number 2. He'll take over that third spot. Your leader, meanwhile, still Tony Blankenship in the 35 machine. Joe Boop sitting in second in that 355. Pesic now up to third after starting 6th in the heat race. We've got 1 around. That's your outside pole sitter, Michael Mosley. Mosley gets it going and facing in the right direction. We're going to stay green. Looks like this time we'll be coming to 4 down and 4 to go. And there it is, folks. Cross flags denoting halfway there. 4 down, 4 more times around Shady Oaks Speedway. Tony Blankenship still your leader. Looks like Joe Boop hanging on to that second spot. Third spot is Michael Pesic in the 22P. Chamberlain, Monty Chamberlain, that is, the double nickel machine. He's hanging on to that fourth spot. Fifth belongs to the 33Z of James Zarbuck, and Michael Mosley rounds him out in 6th. First 4 cars all within a straightaway of one another, but a pretty good amount of space there between each of them. Looks like the 35 of Blankenship really got a good drive down the backstretch, but Joe Boop in that 355 machine just gets a much better run into the corner, but not so much on the exit as we come to 2 to go. Watch him down the front stretch into turn number 1. Tony Blankenship looking really good in the 35 machine on that end of the racetrack. Gets a real good run out of 2 down the backstretch. But coming in at 3 right here, looks like Joe Boop just closes the gap really well, but again on the exit as the white flag comes out, Blankenship just with the advantage. Car getting out of the corners really well tonight here at Shady Oaks Speedway. And that's so far been able to keep him in the lead. White flag has been shown to your leader. Looks like this time by James Zarbuck going to get it as well. Checkered flag going to wait this time out of turn number 4. Looks like Tony Blankenship, 35 machine, going to be your winner. Second spot going to go to Joe Boop in the 355. Now alongside in the 56. The Red Rocket, Chris Schaefer in the 77 inside row number 2. Matt Hale outside. Looks like Brian Morris rounding out the field. The green flag is out. We are underway. 3 wide already at the stripe. The Red Rocket living up to the nickname. Chris Schaefer in the 77 machine gets around Will Kamitzk in the high 5 machine, but here comes Brian Morris in the 9W. On the bottom, out of turn number 2, down the backstretch into turn number 3. Morris once again on the bottom of the racetrack working the hub. Gets around Kamitzk for second spot. Red Rocket going to lead lap number 1. That's Chris Schaefer in the 77. Gets a little bit tight coming into turn 1. Brian Morris right there on the inside to close the gap. He'll take the lead down the backstretch here at Shady Oaks Speedway. Into turn 3, Morris really got the bottom working tonight in the 9W machine. Gets around the Red Rocket for the lead. Looks like Will Kamitzk got a little bit of a problem there in the high 5 machine. Will could probably use a high 5 right about now. Might make him feel just a little bit better after that mix-up there. Gets the car going back again. Gets it pointed in the right direction, and we will stay green. Unfortunately for Will, he's got a lot of ground to make up now. Leaders coming around into turn number 4. Lap number 2 in the book. That is going to be Brian Morris. Lap number 3 in the book. Brian Morris out front. The Red Rocket, Chris Schaefer sitting in second spot right there on the bumper of Morris in the 9W machine. As we come to halfway, 4 down and 4 to go. Looks like Lee Avon having some trouble in the 56 machine. Almost gets up there and tags the wall. That car really a handful right now and smoking just a little bit in the 56 machine. Looks like Matt Hale, the H2S, hanging on to that 4th spot. Will Kamitzk hanging on to that 5th spot there in the high 5. Meanwhile, the battle is up front. 5 down, 3 to go for your leader, Brian Morris. The Red Rocket, Chris Schaefer, right there on that bumper in turn number 1. Coming into turn 2, looks like Morris has moved up to the high side of the racetrack. Likes it a little bit better up there. Oh, we've got one around in turn 4. That is the H2S of Matt Hale, and we are going to get a yellow. Brian Morris pacing the field through turn number 3. Going to pick up the throttle just a little bit. Green flag's back out. We are back underway. And Morris catching him sleeping in a turn 4. A good start for your leader. Lee Awalt almost all the way around. He'll drive up over the berm, stab the throttle, and get it out of there. Meanwhile, Will Kamitzk picks up a spot. He moves the high 5 machine up to 3rd. This time by, we're going to be coming to 2 to go for your leader, Brian Morris. The Red Rocket, Chris Schaefer sitting in second spot. The 77 machine looks to the inside of turn number 1. Can't quite get the job done. Still going to be Morris down the backstretch. High side once again on a turn number 2. White flag going to be in the air this time by. Good side-by-side racing out of turn 4 as the white flag is in the air. Brian Morris, your leader. A little bit of contact there from the Red Rocket, Chris Schaefer. One more shot down into turn number 1. Better hope he gets a good run off of turn 2 because this is it right here for the win. Heat race number 2 for your street stocks coming into turn number 3 for the final time. Morris on the bottom, as is Schaefer. Schaefer not going to be able to do it coming out of turn number 4. Brian Morris going to take the win. The Red Rocket, ladies and gentlemen, yellow light is out. Green flag going to be coming out this time out of turn number 4. Godfrey and Casey, your front row, going to lead them to it. Green's out. We are underway. 20 laps here for the Model Lights and Dwarf cars. Good start off the outside. Easy Casey going to lead them into turn number 1. But Victor Vargas on the very bottom of the racetrack slides up, takes your lead, going into turn number 1. Casey going to get the short end of that stick. Loses several spots. Slips back to 7th place on the racetrack. Your field exiting turn number 4 for the first time. Looks like Vargas going to be your leader. Second spot, the 5-0 of Eric Sauls Jr. Godfrey in 3rd, being challenged right now by the 3 of Rick Adcock. Adcock started outside row number 4, has already picked off 5 spots on his way to the front. Lap 2 going to be complete this time by Vargas, still your leader. Second spot, Eric Sauls Jr., the 5-0 machine. Adcock 3rd, aptly in the 3 machine. 4th spot is the Looks like the 07. Vargas still your leader out front. Looks like we got a pass for second spot. That was Rick Adcock getting around the 5-0 of Eric Sauls Jr. Adcock up to second, Sauls back to third. Now being challenged by the 07 machine. Fifth spot right now is the 6th of Keith Sambles. And it's your pole sitter, Jerry Godfrey, back to 6th position. A good spot, a good battle for 7th right now. That's Easy Casey on the inside of turn number 3. And the 13 of Brad Wright on the outside. Out of turn number 2, your leader still Victor Vargas in the 24 machine. Second spot belongs to the 3 car of Rick Adcock. Adcock once again starting outside row number 4, really charging towards the front. Third spot, the 5-0 of Eric Sauls Jr. Hot on his heels is the 17 of Mike Christians. Christians with the inside move into turn number 3, takes over that third spot from Eric Sauls Jr. Sauls back to 4th, cuts the 5-0 down on the inside. Drag race out of turn number 4, give it to Christians at the stripe. That's a good battle for third spot on the race. The field slowly pacing through turn 4. Looks like your leader gonna step on the loud pedal. Rick Adcock leads the field back to the green flag. Good race for second between Christian and Sauls. Looks like Christian going to take it on the outside, but Sauls Jr., Eric Sauls Jr. battling back in the 5-0 machine on the inside. Down the backstretch into turn number 3. Adcock still your leader. Christian's now solidly into that second position. Eric Sauls Jr. is third. Fourth spot belongs to 6 of Keith Samples, rounding out the top 5 to 13 of Brad Wright. Sixth spot, the 2 EZ of Easy Casey. Then it's the 66 of Douglas Wright. The 11 car of Jerry Godfrey and the 50 machine. That is Gerald Brook, and Gerald is facing the wrong way on a one-way street. Looks like the yellows field slowly through turn number 3 once again. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Another good start for Rick Adcock. Already 3 car lengths by the time he gets the flag stand. Your second place car. Looks like Mike Christian maybe missed a shift on the start. We are 3 wide through turn number 2. That's the 13 of Brad Wright coming up from 5th position. Takes over 4th now. Gets around Keith Samples for that spot. Sample in the 6th machine back to 5th spot. Looks like Mike Christian's got it figured out finally, but it cost him a spot on the start. Eric Sauls Jr. now into that runner-up position, but your leader, Rick Adcock, really stretching the keys out. Gonna be halfway this time by, ladies and gentlemen. 10 up, 10 down. We've got one around in turn 4. That was Mike Christians. Looks like everybody gets around. I'm sure there was some puckering going on in some of them race cars. Looks like everybody's going to keep them facing in the right direction. We're going to stay green, and Christians again around in turn 2, kills it that time. Tries to get the machine facing in the right direction. Very slow pace from your leader, Rick Adcock. I promise we're going to go green in just a second. As soon as Rick gets there, we'll be good to go. Green flag's out. We are back underway. Another great start for the 3 machine out of turn number 4. Still your leader, I believe. That was 10 down, 10 to go. Maybe the next time around we'll get the halfway mark. I'm not really sure. I might be off by a lap. Adcock, anyway, whatever lap it is, he's your leader by about a half a straightaway over Eric Sauls Jr. in the 5-0 machine. Who was, no, that was a little bit of help there. Sauls had a little bit of help for sure. We've got one almost smacking the wall, but definitely some plan in turn number 3, in car number 3. There's the green flag. Once again, a great restart for your leader. 2.5 car lengths between himself and Eric Sauls Jr. at the line from turn number 4. Adcock leads him out of turn number 2. Sauls in second spot. Third spot now the 13 of Brad Wright. Fourth spot all the way from the back again is Mike Christians in the 07 machine. Mike's gone back twice. Has come back up to the front both times. Fifth spot right now, the 2EZ of Easy Casey. Looks like we might have a challenge here for second spot. Brad Wright to the inside of turn number 3. Eric Sauls Jr. about the middle of the racetrack in the 5.0 machine. These guys got a little bit more room to work with here at Shady Oaks Speedway. These cars pretty narrow. Gives them more lanes of racetrack to use. Still, that's where the action is. The battle for second spot heating up as Keith Samples coming up through the field. A little bit of bump and grind there, but I don't see anything wrong with that. Your leader still the 3-car. Rick Adcock. Looks like Brad Wright's gotten around Sauls for that second spot. Almost contact there between Christian and Sauls. Looks like Sauls going to hang on to that third spot for now. Mike Christian looking to the inside in turn number 3. He'll make the move and take over that third spot. A little bit of bumper tag though. Sauls gets up into the wall. And you can see the damage on the right front of the 5.0 machine. That's gonna have more times around Shady Oaks Speedway. A big track for these little race cars, and these little guys really seem to fly around here at Shady Oaks Speedway, putting on a pretty good show so far. Like I said, all the money. The only time these guys are going to be on the racetrack tonight, and we are back underway. Another fantastic start for Adcock, as now we got a battle for second spot. That's Mike Christians on the inside and Brad Wright on the outside in the 13 machine. Adcock about a 6 or 7 car length advantage. These cars are so much shorter it's hard to gauge. Down the backstretch into turn number 3. Adcock 16 complete, 4 laps to go. Being told these guys really average about 70 miles an hour around the racetrack here at Shady Oaks Speedway. And I tell you what, the car that small, that is hauling. That is nearly as fast as the full-blown modified will go. Power-weight ratio is about the same in these guys. They weigh a lot less and make a pretty decent amount of horsepower. Your leader, though, Rick Adcock in the 3 machine. Coming to 2 to go this time by. 18 laps in the books, 2 more times around Shady Oaks Speedway. And Rick with a good lead right now in the 3 car. Brad Wright hanging on to that second spot. Christian's not letting him get far away, though, as those two almost go wheel to wheel coming out of turn number 2. Into turn number 3. Out of turn 4, Christian's on the very bottom of the racetrack. Gets a wheel up in front of Wright. White flag is in the air. Christian's is in second spot. Into turn number 1. Christian's working the bottom of the racetrack. Right up top. It's Christian's in second spot. Right back to third. Down the backstretch. Into turn number 3 for the final time. Your leader. And now your winner. The 3 machine of Rick Adcock. Second spot going to be Mike Christians. Third spot will be Brad Wright in the 13 car. Fourth spot going to be the 3. That is it's another car. It's the 99. Might be Vince driving another car. It's not Vince's normal ride, that's for sure. Green flag's out. We are underway. And outside of row number 1, Larry Jernigan gets a good run off the top, but here comes Chris Schaefer. The red rocket off the bottom. 3 wide down the backstretch. A little bit of contact going into turn number 3. Between who? Ooh, and Schaefer is all the way around. That's going to bring out a yellow. Green flag is out. Sort of. I see a yellow light on still. And now it's the yellow back to the green flag here, then in the mod light featured just a moment ago. Green flag is out. We are underway. Nearly 3 wide to the stripe. Edward Oaks and Larry Jernigan lead him into turn number 1. Oaks on the bottom of the racetrack gets a little bit tight coming into turn number 1, but really good on the exit of turn 2. Oaks, your leader down the backstretch into turn number 3. Vince Loudon in the 99 machine. Started to go to the outside of Jernigan, ducks back down to the inside of turn number 4. Drag race down the front stretch, gives the victory to Loudon. Vince Loudon into second spot into turn number 1. Jernigan back to third, Tyndall is fourth, and Chris Schaefer, the Red Rocket, rounds him out in fifth. Still Edward Oaks out front. Loudon in second spot. In that 99 machine, once again, the 99 machine, normally driven by Craig Oaks. We almost had a mishap there in turn number 2. Everyone saves it. We stay green. Edward Oaks, though, a convincing lead now over Loudon 99 machine. Then it's a big jump back to third spot. Larry Jernigan in the 18. Dylan Tyndall is fourth in the 86. Chris Schaefer fifth in the 03. Cross flags, 4 down, 4 more times around Shady Oaks Speedway for your leader, Edward Oaks in the 53. Craig Oaks in second, and then it's nearly a full straightaway back to third spot and Larry Jernigan. Edward Oaks really smooth in the 53 machine tonight at Shady Oaks Speedway. That car set up just right. Very smooth on the entry of the corners. You can see the machine negotiating turns 1 and 2 beautifully. Looks like we're coming to 2 to go this time out of turn number 4 for your leader, Edward Oaks. A little bit squirrely under braking that time into turn number 3, but there's enough room between himself and second place that really doesn't make a big deal. 2 laps to go for Edward in the 53 car. Much smoother down on the end of the racetrack there in 1 and 2. Rockets down the backstretch once again. A little bit squirrely under braking coming into turn number 3. Car drifts up the racetrack just a little bit as the white flag is out. 1 more lap to go. Looks like Dylan Tyndall has finally gotten around Larry Jernigan. Just as I say that, Dylan's all the way around. And the white flag is out, and we are underway with 1 lap to go right now at the stripe. Edward Oaks going to lead him into turn number 1. Vince Loudon with 1 more shot now as we come out of turn number 2. Vince got 1 more shot at the checkers. Headed down into turn number 3. Dylan Tyndall going to come around in third spot, looks like, as the checkered flag is out. Oaks with the win. Then it will be Vince Loudon in second. Dylan. Green flag is out. We are underway. The BD2 of Eddie Ross going to lead him into turn number 1. Looks like Lou Lewis going to settle into that second spot. Talon Minton on the inside. A regular competitor at Cotton Bowl Speedway makes the move, takes over second spot into turn number 3. Oh, looks like Lewis going to hang it out to dry at the top of turn number 4. Going to lose several spots and fall towards the back. Eddie Ross still your leader in the BD2. Talon Minton sitting in third spot right now in the 14T. Van Diver driving that 19V machine sitting in the third spot. Don Painter is up to 4th. Rusty Chambers rounds out the top 5. Still your leader out front right now, the BD2 of Eddie Ross. Second spot, still Talon Minton in the 14T. Van Diver still hanging on that third spot of the 19V. Don Painter rounds out the top 4 in the 10D. So we got TVD running second, 2, 3, and 4 right now. Halfway there, 4 down, 4 to go. And now out front, Talon Minton looks to the outside of Eddie Ross in turn number 3. Side by side out of turn 4. No, looks like Eddie Ross is going to hang on to it. Talon Minton will hang on to that second spot. A good out for third as Don Painter gets around Van Diver for third of the 19B. Van Diver battling back on the outside of turn number 2. Painter up the inside, takes over that third spot coming out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Looks like Minton trying to find a way around your leader of the BD2 of Eddie Ross as we come to 2 to go. 6 down, 2 more times around Shady Oaks Speedway. And now Minton on the inside of turn number 2. Ross with the momentum on the high side though, hangs on to your lead down the backstretch. Into turn number 3. Talon Minton once again hugging the hub down on the bottom of the racetrack out of 4. White flag is out. 1 more lap to go. Talon Minton once again dives down to the bottom of turn number 1 as Patrick White loses it on the top side of turn number 2. Right in front of the leaders. Checkered flag going to come out this time by. We're going to call it good right here. Eddie Ross going to take the win in the BD2. Talon Minton going to be in second spot. Don Painter will be third. Van Diver will be fourth. Cody Stacy, Bill Pittaway going to lead him to it. Field pacing slowly through turn number 3. Going to pick up the throttle here just a little bit as we come into 4. Green lights on. Green flags out. We are underway. Good start off the top side for Pittaway in the 137 machine. Cody Stacy settles into that second spot. Cody Leonard. We've got one off the backside of turn number 2. Looks like that's the 92 of Jacob Rollins. Rollins going to hang on to it, stab the throttle, join up with the back of the field. Looks like Bill Pittaway going to lead lap number 1. Cody Leonard in second spot. Cody Stacy is third. Then it's the 29 of Jamie Campbell. And the 3-car Terry Woodall. Looks like Darren Leonard getting sideways in turn 1. Darren going to gather it back up, loses a couple spots, but he'll stay in it. Motors it on down the back straightaway into turn number 3. Your leader still Bill Pittaway in the 137 machine. Cody Leonard trying to get around him for that lead. Cody Leonard sitting in the 12 machine in second spot. Terry Woodall now up to third. There goes Cody Stacy. Cody hangs the right rear off of turn number 1, and that, as they're going to be going green flag this time out of turn number 4. Bill Pittaway, your leader in the 137, going to bring him to the green. There's the green flag. We are back underway. Good start for Bill Pittaway off the top side of turn number 4. Cody Leonard having to work the bottom as they go into turn number 1. A little bit of a touch, a little bit of contact between he and Terry Woodall. Almost 3 wide. That is the 81 of Ryan Childress going around in turn number 1. Looks like Ryan doing pretty much the same thing Cody Stacy did, just hanging the right rear out, and that's all she wrote. Davenport, Campbell, Darren Leonard, Childress, and the 92, Jacob Rollins. Green flags out. We are back underway. Pittaway once again leads him into turn number 1. Jamie Campbell now way up top out of turn number 2. Drag race down the backstretch into turn 3. Cody Leonard pretty much running at his home track here this weekend. Down on the very bottom of the racetrack, picks up the spot. He'll be your leader coming out of turn number 4. Pittaway back to the second spot. Then it's Terry Woodall in third. Darren Leonard now working his way up to crack that top 4. Going back to 5th. That is the 91 of Jeremy Davenport. Jamie Campbell sitting in 6th. Then it's Jacob Rollins in 7th. Ryan Childress in 8th as we come to halfway there. 4 down, 4 to go. Cody Leonard out front, making it look easy right now in the 12 machine. That's one of my favorite things about Shady Oaks Speedway. You watch the fast line down the backstretch, they are literally off the racetrack going down the backside into turn number 3. Watch Cody Leonard right here as he comes out of turn number 2, folks. He's going to drift way up to the top of that racetrack. Watch him make a liar out of me. No, look at him right now, actually off the racetrack. That's where the exit ramp is, going into turn number 3. Using every inch of the surface and then some as we come to 2 to go. Leonard once again leads the field down into turn number 1. The car very smooth on the bottom of the racetrack. The car slides all the way up to the top. There you can see once again dust kicking up from the outside of the racetrack. That's because Cody Leonard is not in the ballpark anymore. Down the front stretch, white flag is out. One more lap to go for Cody. Woodall sits in second. William Pittaway is third. Darren Leonard fourth. Jamie Campbell rounds out the top 5. Down the backstretch for the final time into turn number 3. Was the leader. Now the winner. Checker flag going to wave. Cody Leonard going to take it in heat race action for your modifieds. Terry Woodall going to be second. William Pittaway third. Darren Leonard will be fourth. Jamie Campbell fifth. Caution light is out. Green flag. Going to be waving this time out of turn number 4. Caitlin Leonard. Daniel Ware going to lead him to it. There's a green flag. We are underway with feature racing. Great start off the top side for Daniel Ware. He will lead the field down into turn number 1. Looks like Jamie Deere going to pick up that second spot trying to get around Caitlin Leonard. We are 3 wide, 2 rows deep out of turn number 2. That's a sight to see right there, ladies and gentlemen. It don't matter what class is on the racetrack. Looks like Bryce Barrows getting a good run off the bottom of turn number 4. But still going to be Daniel Ware at the stripe, and that's where it counts. Barrows going to be on the bottom of the racetrack going into turn number 1. Here comes Jamie Deere trying to get around outside for that second spot. We got 2 cars taking the scenic route. That is Caitlin Leonard in the 41 of George Alasco. Alasco facing the wrong way down at the bottom of turn number 2. We will get a caution. We did lose the 9C of Caitlin Leonard. After that contact there with Alasco in the bottom of turn number 2, the green flag should be out. We are underway. Good run off the bottom of the speedway for Bryce Barrows in the 99 machine. Dead even at the stripe out of turn number 4. Barrows working the bottom of the racetrack in turns 1 and 2. Trying to get a good drive up off the bottom and take the lead. He'll do it down the backstretch. Daniel Ware back to second. Good battle for third between Caney and Deere. Looks like Lonnie Caney going to take over that third spot coming out of turn number 4. Jamie Deere back to fourth, almost getting into the wall. Joseph Snow in the 5th spot there in the 01 machine. We are 3 wide again. Oh, Joseph Snow and Travis Copeland get together. Joseph Snow. Snowman to get around and hang on for the win. Looks like the lights are out, and we are going green flag at a turn number 4. Bryce Barrows going to lead him to it once again. Green flag's out, and we are underway. Barrows brings him to the stripe. Got to lead him down to turn number 1. Good group for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. You can throw a blanket over those 3 cars, and then we've got 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th out there as well. Super close together. Lots of side-by-side action as Lonnie Caney gets around Daniel Ware for the 2nd spot. Caney now sets his sights on your leader, Bryce Barrows in the 99 machine. Caney dives down to the bottom end of turn number 4. Side by side down the front stretch. Gives the spot to Barrows at the stripe. Caney hangs on to that 2nd spot. Joseph Snow trying to get up some ground there in the 01 machine. Daniel Ware working the bottom of the racetrack out of turn number 2. That was some definite contact there between Joseph Snow and Lonnie Caney. Both drivers able to hold on to it as Snow slides way up to the top of the racetrack in turn number 3. Gathers the car back up, stabs the throttle down the front stretch. Meanwhile, your mover and shaker right now, the 00 of Cecil McCrary. The double aught started dead last, and he is up to 6th spot, getting around Jamie Deere for the 5th position. So Cecil McCrary from 13th to 5th. In about 4 laps, we've got the 8D of Jamie Deere leaving the racetrack, making a hard right turn off the speedway. The fun meter pegs early for the 8D. Meanwhile, bunch of cars moving way up through the field. A good battle for that 3rd spot between Daniel Ware and Joseph Snow, and another 3-car battle actually starting to shape up now between those 2 and the 00 of Cecil McCrary. McCrary gets in underneath Ware. A little bit of a love tap there. Both guys able to hang onto the race cars and keep them pointed in the right direction. Cecil McCrary now right on the bumper of the 51 machine, Daniel Ware. Then right behind McCrary is the 41 of George Alasco. Alasko started next to last after having a little bit of a contact there with Caitlin Leonard early on, had to go to the back again. So Alasko made his way up through the field twice now, really working here at Shady Oaks Speedway. That's the hot battle on the racetrack right now. That is for fourth. Looks like McCrary going to get under Daniel Ware, take over that fourth position. Ware back to fifth. McCrary up to that fourth spot. Your leader, though, still Brazos out front. No, excuse me. Barrows out front, right down the 99 machine. Lonnie Caney in the second spot in the 67L. Joseph Snow, the snowman, hanging on to that third spot. Still on the podium at the moment, but the man on the move right now, the 00 of Cecil McCrary. Waiting in the wings in the fourth position, trying to get around the third spot car of Joseph Snow. A good battle now for fifth spot as well. That is George Alasko in the 41 machine on the bottom of the racetrack in turn number one, trying to get underneath Daniel Ware for that fifth spot. Good battle for the third, fourth, and fifth positions now as your leaders are coming up on the back marker of Joe D. Johnson. Barrows gets around in the 99 car, as does Caney in the 67L. Now Joseph Snow, the snowman, riding high, wide, and handsome in turn number two. He'll get around the 63J of Johnson as well. There goes McCrary in the 00 car. Alasko in the 41, 3 wide through turn number three. That was sixth and seventh on the racetrack. Nope, fifth and sixth. That is January in fifth, Travis Copeland in sixth. Those guys not letting up as they put a lap down on Joe D. Johnson as well. Really tight battles going on right now in about third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh on the racetrack. Your leaders laid the keys on the front desk and checked out just a little bit. Stretching the legs out on the 99 and 67L machines respectively, pulling away from the rest of the field just a little bit, but third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh, that's where the action is. A good battle, really, between third, fourth, and fifth. That's Joseph Snow, Cecil McCrary, and George Alasko, 3, 4, and 5 right now on the racetrack. About a car length separating the three of them down the straightaway, but they really bunch up getting in the corners. Now, looks like Alasko had a little bit of a trouble coming out of turn number two. Falls back just a little bit. Cecil McCrary right up on the bumper of that 01 machine. And problems for the 51 of Daniel Ware. Ware had a good run going, and a top 5 run going there for a few laps, but trouble. The fun meter pegs early tonight for the 51 machine. Bryce Barrows, still your leader in the 99 car. About 3 car lengths separate him. Oh, big problems for the 63J of Joe D. Johnson. A lot of smoke out of the 63 machine. Joe D probably going to be pulling it off the speedway down the back stretch, I would assume. Here comes a snowman, though. Joseph Snow right up on the rear bumper of your second place car. That is Caney, Lonnie Caney in the 67L. Snow up top, high, wide, and handsome out of turn number 4. We got a caution on the racetrack. Looks like Joe D. Johnson. 9 laps down, 5 laps to go in your pure stock feature. Green flag should be out right about now. We are back underway. Barrows leads him down the front stretch into turn number 1. Caney going high out of turn number 2. Joseph Snow trying to turn the car back down under, get a good run out of turn 2. Can't quite make up the ground to take a run at that second spot right now. Here comes McCrary right up on the bumper of Joseph Snow in turn number 4. We're nearly 4 wide coming out of turn 4 down the front stretch. This is good racing here in Pure Stock featuring Shady Oaks Speedway, folks. Lots of bumping and banging going on. Copeland now getting around Alasko to crack that top 5. Travis Copeland up to 5th. George Alasko back to 6th. Wow, Joseph Snow right underneath Lonnie Caney for that second spot coming on a turn number 4, but Caney with the momentum on the outside just able to hang on to it and keep a hold on that second spot. Down the back stretch out of turn number 2, Joseph Snow once again underneath Lonnie Caney as we come into turn number 3. Good car control from both drivers to be literally feet off of one another as 2 to go is shown to your leader. Good side-by-side racing between those two. That's Joseph Snow and Lonnie Caney in the 01 and 67L. We got a good 3-car battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th on the racetrack right now as well. Give the spot to McCrary in the 00. Travis Copeland gets together with McCurry on the outside of turn number 3. And George Alasko again with nowhere to go. It's been the Bryce Barrows show all night so far here in Pure Stock feature racing action. 6 cars remaining on the speedway out of the original 13. Barrows out front, Caney in 2nd, Joseph Snow is 3rd, Cecil McCrary 4th, Westfall now in 5th, and Bundren rounded them out in 6th as the green flag is out. We are back underway. 2 to go was shown, probably still 2 to go this time at the green. Might be getting the white flag this time around. And indeed we will be. White flag in the air this time. White flag out for Bryce Barrows. Now Joseph Snow with a good run off outside of turn number 4. That was definite contact, and Snow loses it. Joseph Snow all the way around. White flag has been shown. It's checkers this time. Barrows gonna take the win. 2nd spot gonna go to Lonnie Caney in the 67L. 3rd spot, the 00 of Cecil McCrary. 4th spot, the 3 of Michael Mosley. Should be 11 cars taking the green flag, which is out. We are underway. Good run off the top side, 35 of Tony Blankenship. He'll lead the field down into turn number 1. 2nd spot is the 355 of Joe Boop. Pesic, though, making his way up through the field. He's into that 3rd spot. Will Kaminsky outside of turn number 4. He's sitting in the 4th spot right now in the high 5. The Red Rocket, though, Chris Schaefer in the 77, making his way towards the front. Looking to the inside of Kaminsky in turn numbers 1 and 2. Not going to make it happen, but the man that does make the move is the 22P of Michael Pesic. He'll take over that 2nd spot from the 35 of Tony Blankenship. Your leader, Joe Boop, in the 355. Under fire right now from the 22P. Looks like Mr. Pesic got a pretty good fan group right there down on the front side of the grandstands cheering him on. We got one smoking a whole lot. We've got one turned around up at the top of turn number 2. That is Will Kaminsky in the high 5. Will gets it fired back up, gets it pointed in the right direction. Your leader, though, still Joe Boop in the 355. 2nd spot, the 22P of Michael Pesic. 3rd spot, the 35 of Tony Blankenship. Then it's the Red Rocket, Chris Schaefer in 4th spot. The double nickel, that is Lonnie Chamberlain. He's in 5th. Good battle down the backstretch for 3rd. That is Schaefer, the Red Rocket. Inside turn number 3, down on the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like Tony Blankenship up top. Blankenship going to happen at the stripe. That's where it counts. Still, Joe Boop out front. Michael Pesic, though, right there on the rear bumper in 2nd spot. Pesic really got that 22P machine dialed in tonight here at Shady Oaks Speedway. Tucks back up behind your leader down the straightaway. Now dives down to the bottom of turn number 1. The car slips up, though. A little bit tight on the entry. The car just pushes up the racetrack. Michael loses quite a bit of ground in turn number 2. Gains it all right back coming into turn 3, though. Drives the 22P hard into turn number 3. Closes that gap between himself and your leader, Joe Boop. The Red Rocket, Chris Schaefer, getting around Tony Blankenship for 3rd. Blankenship back to 4th. 5th spot still belongs to the double nickel of Monty Chamberlain. Your leader, Joe Boop, leads him out of turn number 4. Michael Pesic about 5 car lengths behind him in 2nd spot. The battle, though, is for 3rd. Blankenship, again, trying to get around the 77 of Chris Schaefer. Those two side by side through turns 1 and 2. Drag race down the backstretch into turn 3. Oh, we've got a caution on the speedway. Yellow is out. Joe Boop gonna lead him out of turn number 4. Green flag's out. We are back underway. With Boop out front. Blankenship getting a good run off the bottom to get around Pesic for that second spot. Pesic battling back on the top side of turn number 2. Not going to happen. Blankenship now your second place car. Man, they got the short end of the stick on that restart. Definitely the Red Rocket. Chris Schaefer lost 3 spots. Oh, we've got big-time contact in turn number 4. That is the 55 of Monty Chamberlain. The field coming to turn number 4. The green flag is out. We are back underway with Street Stock Feature Race in action. Joe Boop leads the field into turn number 1. Michael Pesic working the high side of turns 1 and 2. Gets a good run out of turn 2, and he'll make the move. We've got one off the dump in turn number 1. Had some pretty hefty contact there between a couple of other cars. That is the 56 of Lee Awalt. Way out. Should be coming out next time out of turn number 4. There's a green flag, and we're back underway with your Street Stock Feature 7 complete, 13 to go. Joe Boop leads the field out of turn number 2, but here comes Pesic off the bottom. Gets a good run down the backstretch, side by side with your leader into turn number 3. Pesic once again on the very bottom of the racetrack in turns 3 and 4. Not necessarily where you want to be, but you got to go where you got to go, and it's going to work out. No, Joe Boop with your lead at the stripe. Pesic settling into that second spot as the field negotiates turns 1 and 2. Tony Blankenship in third spot. The Red Rocket Chris Schaefer in fourth. Monty Chamberlain rounding out your top 5. Down in turn number 3, it's Joe Boop still out front. Michael Pesic getting a good run out of turn 4, though. Looking to the inside, just not working out right now for the 22P machine. Good battle for that third spot. Chris Schaefer, the Red Rocket, getting around Tony Blankenship. Schaefer to the podium. Here comes Monty Chamberlain underneath as well. Here's halfway, folks. 10 down, 10 more times around Shady Oaks Speedway. The battle now is for fourth spot. Give that spot to Monty Chamberlain out of turn number 2. Tony Blankenship back to 5th. Your leader still Joe Boop out of turn number 4 down the front stretch. Michael Pesic sitting in that second spot. Lee Awalt smoking once again in the 56 machine. Like your leader is going to be coming up on lap traffic here in the next couple of laps. More than likely, Joe Boop now with about a 4-car length lead. Oh, we've got a caution. We've got a car around. Leading them to the green flag. This time out of turn number 4. Green flag is out, and we are back underway. Boop leads them to it. Pesic in second spot. The Red Rocket Chris Schaefer there in third. Monty Chamberlain now looking underneath for that third spot as Schaefer got a little loose out of turn 2. Chamberlain takes the spot down the backstretch into turn 3. Michael Pesic also looking underneath. Your leader, Joe Boop. Boop going to hang on to it. He'll be your leader as they cross the stripe. Michael Pesic. Oh, Pesic gets too close that time. Contact sends him around. Chamberlain now up to second spot. The Red Rocket Chris Schaefer is third. Tony Blankenship and Brian Morris round out your top 5. Green flag is out, and we're back at it here in Street Stock Feature Racing. Boop goes way. Oh, that is Tony Blankenship around in turn number 1. James Zarbach and Michael Pesic rounding out the field in 22P. Green light is out. Green light is on now. Green flag is out. We are underway. We've already got one around. That's the 9W. Brian Morris. Stopped at the bottom of turn 3. Looks like he's going to refire the machine. We're going to stay green, stay green, stay green. Should be white flag this time by. Joe Boop goes a little wide out of turn number 4. Money Chamberlain not able to capitalize on the mistake. White flag is out. 1 lap around Shady Oaks Speedway. Boop again slides wide in turn number 2, but Monty Chamberlain still not able to capitalize on the mistake. We've got Lee Awald off the racetrack again, but it don't matter. He's on the other end of things. We are going checker flag right here. Double checker's going to fly. Joe Boop with the win. Monty Chamberlain in second. Chris. And there it is. Larry Jernigan going to lead him down to turn number 1. Second spot. Oh, look on the outside to Red Rocket, Chris Schaefer. We are 3 wide down the front, down the backstretch, ladies and gentlemen. That's the 53 of Edward Oaks on the very bottom of the racetrack. Edward won his heat race earlier this evening. And now out front, leading lap number 1 of your feature. Second spot, Larry Jernigan. Third spot's Chris Schaefer. Fourth spot is Eddie Ross. Then it's Vince Loudon rounding out the top 5. Schaefer gets around Jernigan for that second spot. 3 wide into turn number 3. That's Eddie Ross on the bottom. Jernigan gets a short end of that stick, gets turned into a Sport Mod sandwich. Loses 2 spots on that deal, and now he's all the way around. Stays in the throttle, though. Larry Jernigan not shying away from it. Going to bring it back out on the speedway. Will stay green. Good job to Larry in the 18 machine, keeping things going. Your leader still Edward Oaks in the 53 machine. That car once again just smooth as glass all the way around the racetrack. About a full straightaway advantage already over Chris Schaefer in the 03 car. That second spot, the BD2 of Eddie Ross is third. Then it's Vince Loudon in the 99. And Talon Minton rounding out the top 5 of the 14T. Don Painter out all the way from Austin, Texas, sitting in 6th spot right now. Rusty Chambers is 7th. Cecil McCrary 8th in the 75. Then it's Dylan Tyndall and Nicholas Van Dryer rounding out the top 10. Oh, looks like the night is over early. The fun meter has pegged for Nick Hardcastle in the 94 machine. Hard right turn off the speedway for Nick. Once again, you've got your leader, Edward Oaks, a full straightaway advantage over second spot. Watch Oaks down the backstretch this time, folks. Good speed down the front stretch, a smooth line into turn number 1. Car slides up the racetrack a little bit on the exit. Now watch this run down the backstretch. All the way off the speedway. Sets the car up, dives it down to the bottom in turn number 3. Very smooth. Oh, that one has given up the ghost. That is the 115S. Oh, he is actually off the racetrack, entering turn 3 every single time. And that's just out. Field bunches up down the backstretch. They're going to be going green this time out of turn number 4. Edward Oaks going to lead him to the green. Green flag's out. We're back underway. Good restart for Oaks that time. A good restart for Vince Loudon as well. Getting around the 03 of Chris Schaefer. Here comes Talon Minton on the outside now. Good run off the backstretch, or down the backstretch into turn number 3. Minton on the high side. He'll take over that third spot. Goes high again. The car gets out from under him just a little bit. Falls back to 4th at the stripe. Schaefer with the spot at the stripe. That's where it counts. Now Minton around the outside again in turns 1 and 2. Gets it done down the backstretch out of turn number 2. Schaefer back to 4th. Eddie Ross is 5th right now. Rusty Chambers, though, up the outside of the racetrack, looking to pick up a spot or 2 maybe. Not going to happen for Chambers down the front stretch. Actually going to lose a spot, I believe. Now, around the outside, we are 3 wide out of turn number 2. That's Don Painter, Chris Schaefer, Rusty Chambers going at it for 5th spot on the racetrack. Your leader, Edward Oaks, pretty much in his own time zone right now. Making it look easy in a 53 machine. Gonna be halfway down this time, folks. 10 down, 10 more times around for Edward Oaks in the 53 machine. There is second spot, Vince Loudon in the 99. Talon Minton right on his heels in the 14T. Minton looks to the outside of Craig Oaks in the 99 car. Can't quite get it done out of 2. Now closes the gap once again, entering turn number 3, but Craig Oaks with the momentum off the high side hangs on to that second spot. Minton still in third. Fourth spot now belongs to the BD2 of Eddie Ross. Fifth spot, however, the 174 of Mickey Helm started 13th up to fifth spot in the 174. Good run for Mickey in feature racing action, after not running a heat race. Starts 13th out of 17 cars and is up to fifth spot. Here's your leader, Edward Oaks in the 53 machine, and here is second spot. Still Vince Loudon in the 99. Talon Minton still third in the 14T. Fourth spot still belongs to Eddie Ross in the BD2. And fifth spot, like I mentioned, is Mickey Helms in the 174. We got a caution on the speedway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, green flag is out. We are back underway. Edward Oaks leads the field down into turn number 1. Talon Minton, though, with a good run off the... Oh! And Vince Loudon is all the way around. That was probably a little bit of contact there. Not sure anything was on. Lights are out. 5 minutes left on the time clock before this thing goes green-white checker. Edward Oaks leads into the green. We are back underway. Down into turn number 1. Looks like Vince Loudon going to hang on to that second spot. Talon Minton up to the outside of turns 1 and 2. Not going to be able to get it done down the backstretch. Loudon hangs onto that second spot. Talon Minton once again searching on the outside of the racetrack up the top of turns 3 and 4. Still not going to happen down the front stretch into turn number 1. Another single file restart. Field bunches up nose to tail, picks up the throttle just a little bit. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Talon Minton with a good run off the outside of turn number 2. That time it's a drag race down the backstretch between himself and Vince Loudon. Minton all the way off the speedway, hauling the mail into turn number 3. Looks like Minton going to get the job done on the outside of turn number 4. 1 lap to go for your leader, Edward Oaks. Good job to Talon Minton after fighting that battle for lap after lap after lap. Makes the move out of turn 4. Takes over that second spot. Second spot. Looks like Edward Oaks going to take the double checker flag. Good run for Edward. Talon Minton going to be in second spot. Third spot going to be... Get ready, Shady Oaks Speedway, your modified feature, going live right about now. Darren Leonard going to lead the field off the bottom of turn number 4, down the front stretch into turn number 1. Pitaway on the outside in the 137, hanging on to that second spot, but here comes young Cody Leonard in 12 machine up the bottom off of turn number 2. Leonard inside Pitaway for that second spot into turn number 3. Looks like Leonard's going to have the position. Now sets his sights on dear old Dad. Darren Leonard out front in turn number 1. Cody on the bottom right underneath Dad. Down the backstretch side by side. Cody Leonard looks like he's going to make the move and have the spot coming out of turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 2. Darren Leonard in second spot. Bill Pitaway is now third. Jamie Campbell fourth. And in the fifth spot, that's the 91 of Jeremy Davenport. Terry Woodall now getting around Davenport for fifth. Davenport back to sixth. Cody Stacy is seventh. Jacob Rollins rounds out the field in eighth. Campbell now trying that off the racetrack line. Down the backstretch in the 29 machine into turn number 3. Works out well for some of the other drivers, including your leader, Cody Leonard. So why not, right? Jamie Campbell now working the high side at turns 1 and 2, trying to get around Bill Pittaway for that 3rd spot. Campbell drives the car in deep into turn number 3. Tries to get around Pittaway on the outside. Really got to have the momentum, though. And looks like Campbell going to make the move on the outside of turn number 4. He'll take over the 3rd spot. Now Campbell getting around Darren Leonard outside of turn number 2. Leonard, though, battling back on the inside of turn number 3 to retake the 2nd spot. Good side-by-side battle for 2nd spot. Meanwhile, Cody Leonard laying the keys on the front desk and checking out on the rest of the field in the 12 machine. Cody Leonard now almost a full straightaway advantage over 2nd spot. Jamie Campbell. Campbell in the 29 machine hanging on to that runner-up position right now. He got a pretty good gap between himself and Darren Leonard in the 26 machine. Darren Leonard sitting in 3rd spot right now. Bill Pittaway, though, right on the rear bumper of the 26 machine. Pittaway, the driver of the 137 car, as Terry Woodall now getting into the mix as well. 3, 4, and 5. Good battle going on right now on the speedway for 3, 4, and 5. Darren Leonard checking up just a little bit coming into the corner. Bill Pittaway on the inside down the front stretch. Leonard with a good exit off the corners, but the car very much a handful coming in. Pittaway working the exit of turn 2 as we cross the halfway mark. 10 down and 10 to go. Pittaway now working the inside of turns 3 and 4, trying to get underneath Darren Leonard and take the win. Oh, and Terry Woodall is all the way around in turn number 1. Cody Leonard pacing the field slowly down the backstretch into turn number 3. And going to be picking up the throttle here in just a second. Green flag's back out. We are back underway. Darren Leonard with a good start off the bottom of turn number 4, but Jamie Campbell really got the momentum around the outside. He'll hang on to that 2nd spot coming out of turn 2. Leonard, though, just as I say that, Darren Leonard with a great run out of turn number 2. Down the backstretch into turn 3. Campbell, though, very smooth on the top side of the racetrack here at Shady Oaks Speedway. Campbell going to hang on to that 2nd spot. Darren Leonard going to be in 3rd. Good battle for 4th between Jeremy Davenport and Terry Woodall, though. Going to make the move down the backstretch. He'll take over that 4th spot. Davenport in 5th. Davenport hangs it out to dry in turn number 3. Gonna bring her to a stop. And I don't know if we're gonna get a caution or not. Yep, there's the yellow light. Gonna lead the field to the green flag this time out of turn number 4. Jamie Campbell and Darren Leonard, your first double file row back there behind him. Green flag's out. We're back underway. Cody Leonard leads the field into turn number 1. Jamie Campbell gets a good run off the top side, hangs on to that 2nd spot, and just as I say that again, here comes Darren Leonard up off the bottom of turn number 2. A good run off the bottom of turn 2 for the man in the 26 machine, but Jamie Campbell just very, very smooth around the top side. Leonard, though, with the spot at the stripe. Jamie Campbell really working the high side very well here at Shady Oaks Speedway, but Darren Leonard with a monster exit off the bottom of turn number 2. Campbell drives it in a little bit harder that time into turn number 3, makes the 29 machine look very smooth around the top side. Side by side, I'm giving it to Campbell that time by at the stripe. That is the best race on the racetrack right now, and here comes Terry Woodall to make it a 3-car battle for 2nd. Cody Leonard pretty much checked out on the field at this time. Oh, and Terry Woodall again very sideways in turn 3. Hangs on to it, though, but William Pittaway able to get around. Bill Pittaway, able to get around in the 137 machine. And Terry Woodall and Bill Pittaway again making contact. Woodall really struggling on the north end of the racetrack down there in turns 3 and 4. Turns 1 and 2 don't look so bad for Woodall, but down here on the other end of the racetrack, it's a completely different race car. Darren Leonard now, high, wide, and handsome in turn number 3. Here comes Pittaway on the bottom of the racetrack trying to take that third spot away. Not going to happen. Leonard with the spot at the stripe again. Looks like we are coming to 2 to go this time by. Two to go for your leader, Cody Leonard. White flag going to be in the air this time by Cody Leonard with one more lap to go around Shady Oaks Speedway. Second spot, there's Jamie Campbell in 29. Third spot is now Terry Woodall. Fourth is Darren Leonard, and fifth is Bill Pittaway. Double checker flag's going to be in the air this time by. Final feature of the night going to go to Cody Leonard in the 12 machine. Second spot will be the 29 of Jamie Campbell. Third will be the 3 of Terry Woodall. Fourth, the 26 of Darren Leonard.